Hey y'all, how you doing? It's your girl Emma D here, thinking thoughts about things as always. And we have a few housekeeping things to deal with. First off, you might have noticed the name of my channel has changed. When I first started, I named it Emma D Crypto because, as some of you have been here since the beginning, love you all, started off talking about crypto. And that was what I wanted to talk about because it was the downfall of FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and Caroline Ellison and all that fun stuff that I still think about. But there's so many other things to think about. So it is no longer Emma D Crypto. I have taken the huge drastic change to make it Emma Decrypted. They think I'm funny. But yeah, so that's the thing now, because we're decrypting stuff over here. So, first on my list, we're going to go back to Mandela effects, because this is a thing. It's a thing. A shout out to Moji, because I said I would make a video for you, and this is the one that I wanted to talk to you about. Because my husband had back surgery the other day. It was minimally invasive, and it was the most conservative option he has for the injury he sustained a while back. So in the hospital, I haven't been to hospital in years because like the vids. So yeah, I don't go to medical settings. It's stranger danger. But we're there, surgery center. I'm walking around this hospital, Asante. Walking around, just looking at stuff. Now let's talk about this because y'all know I live in no man's land. They scheduled him for a 5:30 a.m. check-in, and my husband doesn't like hotels. He doesn't like being away from home, so he decided we were just going to drive out before, which meant we left here at 2:30 in the morning to get there for the check-in at 5:30 for his 7:30 surgery time, and so we were there until forever. I didn't sleep, but so I was walking through. One of the things I saw was this. It was the anatomy chart, right? And like, because I did pretty well in A&P. Yeah, so it looked weird to me though, but I was like, I'm delirious. Something going on. I don't know. So I didn't really think that much about it. And then I looked again, and I looked into things, and okay, all right, y'all. Where's your heart? Where's your heart? Just let me know where you're. Okay, back this up. Mandela effects. Aptly named for Nelson Mandela, there is a whole cohort of people that believe that he died. This happened prior to my birth, so I don't have any shared knowledge of where the origins of this came from. I do have some knowledge about different potential shifts in timeline that hypothesize why that could have been a thing that people remember, but okay, I don't know. The one that got me was there was this painting when I was a kid from my timeline. Some of you might know of it, some of you might not. It was King Henry VIII, and he had a turkey leg, okay, and he was in his garb, and that was the thing. And I know this painting, you can't tell me I don't know it. I knew it like the Mona Lisa. I knew it like Starry Night. Like I didn't know the name of it at the time, but I was in things. Like I knew it as a kid. I think I can like remember an episode of Wishbone where he like, because he did adventures about stuff, and that painting had something to do. But regardless, that painting doesn't exist. So if any of you remember what I'm talking about, if that strikes a memory, that's not a thing. Also, the Berenstain Bears, they say, it was the Berenstain Bears. I don't care. They say it's Berenstain, and I don't believe them because I was a hooked on phonics kid, like many other in my generation. Everything I read was phonetic, and there's no way that I just decided it Berenstain was Berenstein, and forever it's been the Berenstain Bears. I talk about the Berenstain Bears. It's okay. So there's also you know, I came from a timeline where there was this guy, Ed McMahon, and if you were lucky enough, like you would talk about, like Ed McMahon's going to show up at your house with giant checks, Publishers Clearinghouse check, and this is a cool thing. You could be like, I'm waiting on Ed McMahon. It's kind of a thing that people said. So, if you were from my timeline, I'm sorry to tell you that's not real. No man named Ed McMahon ever gave out big checks. Didn't happen, I guess. So I let them have the Berenstain Bears. I let them take away Ed McMahon and paintings. I let them my reality. They got to play with that. But now, okay, now you want to play with me. Now I'm done because see, I'm gonna here's what they're telling me, and here that I have problems. I know it's not there now, but it will. Problems first. First problem, my heart my anatomy was located on the left side of my, it's right here, and I had my left lung lobe was slightly smaller than my right, to compensate for the fact that my heart, but see, if they're now telling me that your heart is centerline, your heart sits directly on your sternum. Apparently my heart's right here, which is really weird because my sternum is there. So that's interesting. They wanted to move our hearts, but that's not the only one. So okay, your girl was a little rough and tumble. I like to box a little bit, and there was something that was referred to as a kidney shot that you needed to be very careful of because your kidney was an exposed organ in my timeline. So it was like this, right? You tuck and roll, tuck and roll. Okay. All right, protect your kidneys, protect your kidneys. Okay, right here. Tuck it in, right? Okay. Little did I know, apparently my kidneys are a protected organ that are under my rib cage, up behind my lungs. This is really weird because in my entire existence, I always knew that my kidneys were exposed and I needed to protect them because they did not live in the cage. I knew that, and I knew that my heart was over here, but my heart's here and my kidneys are here and Odin's right here. I know, Odin, you're gonna make so. Mo, am I crazy? Like, or are you from a different timeline? I don't think you, I don't know. But, so they're changing it all, man. Which is why we are now at Emma Decrypted. Because the world is just doing a bit too much funky stuff for me to not be paying attention and talking about it now. So, all these Mandela effects kind of, like, it messes with me, right? Because a shared knowledge of things, like the Kazam movie, that was another one. I remember that movie. Like, Sinbad was, yeah, I remember. And it was like, there's some things with some kids, and they were in this, like, weird dump area. I don't know. But there was a movie where he was a genie. He wasn't. I don't know. So they steal all things. So I have, like, two hypothesis to how this is possible. One, first I kind of alluded to, timeline shifts. That things are happening and that there is a world created around us, right? That it's a matrix and it's malleable and there are different ways that it can shift based on energy. So that's a hypothesis that I'm willing to explore. That's okay. The other one is that we're in like a giant, like the Ash experiment, you know, like the one where like you got a room of people and there's chart and all the lines are not even, like one's longer, one's way longer, and everyone's like they're all even, and for like you can argue all day long, you're like, no, C is longer. I'm telling you, C is longer. And how long does it take to get people to agree that they're all equal? I never agreed. I won't, because no, it wasn't equal then, it's not equal now. But either way, kind of equals the same thing, right? Because either it's like uncontrolled by the people and it's something greater, it's a matrix, there is an energy that flows, which is where I tend to kind of so yeah, or it is created by the people. It's a giant experiment where they're just convincing us, right? They're just taking the manipulative forces that are people, not energy. Ash experiment, right? They're taking things away to try and convince us we're crazy. Gaslight the entire public. Both options, though, ultimately equal. Well, this is a big game. And every game has rules. So I think we should explore some of these rules a little bit more. Because if the theys, the thems, or the matrix, or the things, if there's something going on out there, right? Which we have to agree it's one or the other, because you can't have this level of shared knowledge. You can't have this kind of shared time and space interactions and it not be one or the other. There's no third. There's no. So, I don't know that people are smart enough, man. Like, I've explored this. Do I think that it's actually people manipulating? And I look at who's leading all of our countries, who's historically led. There are very few people that have been exceptional. I mean, you have Einsteins and Teslas and Leonardo da Vinci's and Machiavelli's. I think there were some really interesting people. I mean, Galileo was possibly chosen one of some kind. There's been like lots of them. But these are people throughout time and space that have like designed really cool stuff. Do I think there's enough cool people to really use their collective knowledge to control all of this? I do not. I doubt. So that brings me back to like the whole Matrix deal, because we're energy. Like literally, this tell me that you can change my body all you want. You can tell me my heart's over here, that I pump in reverse. Now my blood's just really, it's bile, whatever. They're all humors anyways, right? We're all humors. So you can play with like where the things are, but you can't play with how it works, because it's electrical impulses. That's the nervous system. And we have this thing that it's the synaptic gap between nerves, how things, the energy that flows through you. That's what it is, and that's what's being controlled right now with all of mind games and war and crazy. Like they're playing with it, and now they're trying to play with the shared knowledge. So I suggest that we start calling out some of this a little bit harder, because I don't know, like they're oppressing what we can and can't do, and now they're changing our biology, and it's not very long before they try and say that something's else within the human system is not what it is. I don't. So either in this timeline, my heart's here, and there's Berenstain Bears, or it's something's funky out there in the cosmos, and we need to find our way back home, because the back home was a better place. Like, I'm telling you, the food was better in my timeline. Everything here sucks. This food doesn't taste good anymore. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there other stuff going on? Is all of this just... I see too much weird these days. I see too much oppression going on. Like, it's all very dark. All the music, all of the dark themes. Like, we don't even have to get into the religiosity of all of this, because different perspectives are fun to take, but there is definitely this lowering of a frequency going on that is an extreme dampering of the system. Like, everything's on a super low wavelength. All the music now is really, there's no high beats in anything. Nothing is upbeat anymore. Everything is monotone. No one's out having fun, living life. Like, they took life from us, y'all, and you can't let them have it, because life is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Go on an adventure. There's something fun to do out there, I'm sure. Go, like, seriously, go find your place in nature, and take your shoes off, and like, let the synaptic gap between your feet and the earth do some things, because that's very real. That's how you get back on the positive side of things, is get back on the Schumann resonance, which is the Earth's frequency, because we're on some crazy shit right now. I don't want to know what the next jump takes me to, because, like, what do they get to take next? What's the next? Where does this go? I'm gonna, like, one day you're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, Mercedes-Benz was never a car. Those didn't exist. And the Wright brothers didn't invent a plane. That didn't happen. Then what are we gonna do? We're gonna be like, okay, I guess I got that wrong too, because now they've conditioned us to just take it all, and just move your organs and take your childhood memories away and try and, but then tell you what reality is, and we're all supposed to be convinced that they know what reality is. They don't. Reality is the construct you make it. Don't let them tell you any different. You are in control, 100%. Your own reality. We collectively can manifest a much better reality. And that's what I think we need to do. So, because my viewers are like this small in the grand scheme, we have the ability to do a collective action that is much greater than the sad impulses they've got between the many. And I'll tell you why, because there is a law of attraction, and there are real energies that run this shit that we live in. And when, like, so in the collective, even if it's just a little bit bad, like fear, guilt, shame, all those really low vibrating emotional frequencies that we have, when they keep you, like, down there, even if it's just a little bit in that, it fucks up the whole wavelength, man. It keeps everything like things just spiral bad, and you know this because everybody has experienced this in their life. When you let the bad go, it's not like, oh, I got the ticket, it's then I got the ticket and I got the flat, and then I got in trouble for the thing and 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 the thing. Instead of when you got the ticket, you just went, hey man, thanks, I might have gotten in a car accident up the road, so could have saved me from that. I don't know, whatever, dude. Like, and just keep on keeping on. Things don't, perspective is everything. So, hey guys, like, I know that there's like 12 of us, but we're the best 12 because we're the 12 that know what the hell's going on and see this bullshit. We need to do something different about it. So, I challenge you to try and find your inner peace and see what's going on in the world around you, listen to the low frequencies, and then find something that makes you feel upbeat. Raise your frequency level a little bit. They got us vibrating too low, man. We got this rookie levels down here. They got us vibrating on them rookie wavelengths. We just can't get above this shit. It's all down there. It's petty. We're gonna do it together because it's the small collectives that have to do it at this point. Like, our leaders are fucking crazy. They're taking us to wars with people like we haven't built an atomic weapon since the last time we dropped one. Meanwhile, that's all these people have been doing. Okay, you know, like we're not playing in an even game anymore. We're not. This is no longer about like sanity with countries. This is literally humanity is on the precipice of things going very, very wicked. But if we're jumping timelines and they're moving our hearts, we can move it right back, y'all. We need to get back to where our hearts are over here and our kidneys are over here, and we can 1-2 tuck and protect that shit and protect the rest of the sanity that we might be able to retain. So, Emma Decrypted, I don't know. Hi guys, like I'm probably gonna lose half of my followers after this one because this whatever. Like, it's good. I love y'all though. I don't think you know how much. Just people are really wicked these days. Like, no matter where you look, you see something crazy going on. Hey, a couple miles down the road, oh, there's a hole in the ocean leaking the plasma of the things. Like, oh, we're all gonna die. And then OHU was like, dude, we found out in like 2016, we're good. The center of the core of the earth stopped spinning. We're all gonna die. Oh no, wait, it's actually like it's a joint. It's in a synovial fluid and it can like stop and reverse. That's cool. Like, oh, it's fun. It's fun. Y'all know about the Egyptian tombs found under the Grand Canyon? That's cool. Ooh, we'll talk about that. I know I sound crazy every time I talk, but yeah, I don't know. You think all these other things that have been like found recently, like the drying up of the Euphrates and the Jordan, and we're finding all these things, and then all these things are explored. I'm kind of really curious if that's part of the timeline thing too. Like, did we find them? Right? Same questions existed as before. Did all these things exist, and there were powers that tried to suppress them, human powers actually, like on here, and didn't let us know about this stuff, and then collectively we're just finding more knowledge now. All of a sudden it's being found. Or did all this shit appear in this weird timeline when we jumped? Like, that stuff wasn't there, and now there are tombs, and there's weird stuff, and, like, you know, all the stuff they're finding in Antarctica and all over. They're finding all kinds of interesting things, places. Yeah. We're gonna have to keep watching that and see what more fun stuff we find. It's gonna continue to change what we know about mankind because, you know, we know all the things over here knowing absolutely nothing. That's fun, but I think if we explore this from, you know, our continued perspective of just thinking thoughts about things, we can go down some interesting rabbit holes on this adventure, because there are a lot of rabbit holes to go down, and I like finding them so that you guys can hang out and talk crazy, talk with me. So if you are down for the experiment of trying to collectively raise our shit, then just take one opportunity today. One, when something pisses you off, and like when you feel an emotional pull about something, and it'll be something low, guaranteed, because we don't really get to live in high vibrations anymore. So like, something's going to piss you off. It's going to be gridlock. It's going to be, the guy in front of you at the store, or like someone that just said something stupid, or dude that didn't hold the door, like whatever the thing, there's going to be something, and you're going to feel something. It's going to be visceral. You're going to have an emotion. All right. Like, right. You know that feeling, it's anger. Oh, we can all, that's energy. So what I want you to do, the second you feel that, say mine. So you got it to yourself. Like, you don't just walking around the world, mine. That kind of be fun. But when you feel it, like you're willing, because here's what you need to understand is going on right now. Their energy was higher than yours. They suppressed your energy to a lower frequency, which allowed them to pull something from you, an energy. They were taking it from you, because that's how energy works. The stronger conduit gets to have it. So when something happens, anything in the world, and you're feeling a thing, eat it. Mine. That's mine. You don't get that power. I get to take that, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. I'm taking it back. I'm putting it into whatever I want, but you don't get to have that. And that's very interesting if you start playing with that, and just the minute you let it feel it, do the thing that they'll tell you, you're not to swallow it down. See, you were supposed to swallow it, but what they didn't tell you is, like, you don't swallow it and eat it and go, it's okay. What you do is you swallow it, you eat it, you reabsorb it, and you manifest that shit wherever the hell you want it, because that's your energy. All right, you keep your energy strong. You don't let them take it from you, baby. No. Do not let them have your energy. Keep it. Let me know how that goes. Just play with it a little bit. Let me know. And know that I am thinking about y'all and sending all the vibes. Emma Decrypted. All right, late.